What's up everyone, Ben with the BTC Sessions here, and this is your daily session.
Hodl that Bitcoin.
Before we dive into things, just a couple quick things to cover. Number one, do check out my website, btcsessions.ca. There you can reach out to me personally and book your own BTC session. We can chat Bitcoin, wallets, proper security, anything you like. All you need to do is scroll down to the bottom and there is a contact form to reach me there. Furthermore, big shout out to the sponsor of the show, Ledn.io. This is where you can use your Bitcoin to secure a Canadian dollar loan. So all you need to do is head over to the website. They have a slider there where you can check out how much Bitcoin you would need as collateral for a particular dollar amount. The application takes about 2 minutes, and within 24 hours of approval, your bank account will be funded. And I can attest to those timelines because I tried it out a couple weeks back and it worked like a charm. So if you're holding Bitcoin, you have a sudden expense, or you just need to get your hands on dollars for whatever reason, but you do not want to sell your Bitcoin, well, this could be an option for you. So to check it out, they do have a deal on right now where if you end up getting a loan, then you get credited with an additional $50 worth of Bitcoin in your account. So without further ado, let's dive into what was important to me today. And there's been a lot of crap going on. So right now, this is in relation to the Lightning Network torch in a roundabout way. So the guy who created the torch, the Bitcoin that has been hopping around the world for the past couple of months via the Lightning Network, his name is Hodlonaut, and he's done a lot of great things for Bitcoin over these past couple months, been featured on a lot of podcasts, and people are really starting to know who he is. Well, he also, like most of Bitcoin Twitter, has voiced his opinion on Craig Wright not being Satoshi and has called him a fraud. And while now CoinGeek, who is run by Calvin Ayre, an associate of Craig Wright's, is going after Hodlonaut and trying to dox him, essentially trying to leak his location, all his private information, so that they can catch him and try and take him to court to sue him for calling Craig Wright a fraud, as many have done. So they've taken to calling to their army of shills, Bitcoin SV shills, to basically dox this guy, and it has been happening. People like this dude, who is now locked down his account, were literally posting screenshots of Google, essentially like data of where this guy was, and so it's really unfortunate, and I feel bad for the guy. And but on the bright side of things, the response from Bitcoin Twitter has been swift, and it has been very, very pointed. The hashtag #WeAreAllHodlonaut has been trending, and essentially people are changing their avatars to be like Hodlonauts, which is a cat in a moon suit. And it's been pretty extensive. Lots of people are switching over. And there's been some other things going on too. So just to kind of show you here, this is tweeted by Bitcoin Magazine, but was put together by Crypto Scam Hub, and this is a mural of all of the Lightning Network torch bearers put together to make his avatar while he's holding the Lightning Network torch. So really cool stuff there. And just to give you an idea of how crazy this has been, look at my notifications. It's literally all space cats. It's crazy. And so even me, myself, as you can see, I am also Hodlonaut, but with some BTC Sessions glasses. So anyways, there's also been some other stuff developing around this. So CoinGeek is holding a conference in Toronto on May 30th, 2019. And so to counter this, Jonathan Bertrand is hosting a separate meetup in Montreal on May 30th in honor of Hodlonaut, and it's going to be called the Hodlonaut Conference. No scams, no blockchains, no ICOs, no underagers, real content. And so I would like to be a part of that. And also, Bull Bitcoin, Francis Pouliot, Bills, we're all very much on board with this, and we'd like to help out however we can. So I'm sure we'll be releasing more info on this as we kind of feel things out and see how we're going to fit into this. But I encourage you to keep your eyes open and take a look at this event as it begins to materialize, and we're trying to help out as much as we can. Now, I'm going to kind of segue into my other main story that I want to cover today, and it is a big one. Another person who has been quite vocal in calling Craig Wright out as a fraud has been Wikileaks and Julian Assange. And so I've covered this before, so I'm not going to dive too deep into them calling Craig Wright a fraud and all that. But they've done their fair share of pointing out some inaccuracies of things that he said. And also WikiLeaks back in the day when they got all of their funding methods pulled, like Visa and MasterCard and PayPal, all of that, they started accepting Bitcoin first. In fact, Satoshi was worried about this back in the day. This is his quote: "It would have been nice to get this attention in any other context. WikiLeaks has kicked the hornet's nest and the swarm is headed towards us." It's a very famous Satoshi quote from December of 2010, and he did disappear quickly thereafter. So, yeah, WikiLeaks has a history with Bitcoin. People associate the two of them together, and it's been a way for them to continue funding their operation, which makes me very sad to see that Julian Assange has officially been arrested in London. He was in the Ecuador embassy for quite some time, but it seems that they rescinded their refuge, and the London police just came in and dragged him out. There is a video. I'll link to that down below, but very unfortunate. Now, in the wake of this, we've seen that donations to WikiLeaks have spiked following this announcement. And again, I highly encourage you, if you think that what WikiLeaks was doing for the world and outing awful actions of world governments is something that you'd like to see more of, well, you can help and you can donate to WikiLeaks with Bitcoin. There has been a big spike in that since then, but they're calling out and asking for help, and there's a donate page here. They do have a number of ways that you can help out. So if this is something that is important to you, it's important to me, do check it out. I will have links for this down below. But guys, I'm not going to have too long of a show today. I've got some running around to do, and I had some issues with the camera earlier, so I had to kind of wrap this up quickly. But do check out everything I mentioned here. Check out the sponsor if you want to help out the show. And finally, if you really like what you saw, if you're new here, a few things you can do: hit subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notification button, because when this airs for the first time, I'm always in the chat chatting everybody up. So hit me up next time. And if you really, really like what you saw, you can drop me a Bitcoin tip via the Lightning Network using tippin.me. I'll have a link for that down below. If you don't know how to do it, I made a tutorial and I will link that in the cards now. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow for your daily session.